to Ryobi UK. Today we're going to be unboxing and taking a quick look at this. The R18BS. 0 tool with no battery. This does 240 meters in a minute. I don't know how they work that out. It's got dust collection. It's got a 76 times 457 millimeter band. And I ain't got a clue what that says. So we're going to open this, we're going to have a quick look at it, and we're going to use it. Have a quick look what's in the box. Right, we've got 1, 2, 3 belts. New sounding belts, probably all different grips by the looks of things. 3 belts. Right, so we've got a P100, a P120, and a P60 grip. So this provides you a variation of different grip sounding belts. Obviously we've got the magic book that I hardly ever read unless I'm desperate. There you go. We've got the dust collection system. Semi-decent size bag, zip empty. This is always good. And right, let's get that down there. Right, here's the tool itself. It's the R18BS. I love the way the English serial numbers are so straight to the point. So it's Ryobi 18 volt belt sounder BS. R18BS. So there you go. Wow, looks like a nice bit of kit. It's nice and weighty. Handle on the top. Switches here. Nice rubber grip. And I haven't looked at this yet, so we'll have to have a look. Some kind of adjustment mechanism here. Slides this backwards and forwards. You've got your usual 2-point switch, so I presume you've got to press with your thumb and press with your thing. I think that might lock in there. So. Right, there you go. There's the unboxing of it, the R18BS. There's a quick look at it. Weighs about 4 or 5k. Nice. Let's have a go at putting a belt on this once again. We haven't looked at the instructions, we're just going to have a go, see what happens. Let's put the box. Right, as I can see, put this lever here, which in turn, you pull that up, brings this down, which is going to allow me to get this on. Got an arrow here, which is telling me that way, spins that way. And I've also got arrows in here, which is telling me, I believe, that it's got to go that way. So let's try and squeeze it on. There it is. It's on nicely. There you go. Flip the switch, lock it in. Looks fine. I believe this knob lines the paper up and it moves it that way and that way. So I believe we want it level, which is about there, I believe. Once again, don't follow what I'm doing because I ain't got a clue. So there we go, it's on now. I'm going to go and get myself a battery and we're going to attempt to sand this floor. Let's hope it does the business. Okay, before we go on get sanding the floor, we've got to think about health and safety. I've got my health and safety old hoodie on. I've got noise cancelling headphones in. I have DeWalt specs, unfortunately, because Ryobi don't do them. Not that I've seen any, although I did make my own. But they were tinted, so not very good for indoors. So there's my safety goggles, my safety hoodie, my noise cancelling. Make sure it's on. There you go. I've got myself a mask. Also, I've got my safety shoes on. Let's have a quick look at my safety shoes of the day. There you go, safety sliders. Now they might not look safe, but they are. They're still toe caps, look. So there you go. Today we're going to be using a 4 amp hour battery. It's not HP, or is it? Not sure. Never know what it means to have the green there. Totally forgotten. Might be HP, might be not, but that's what we're going to be using. So let's locate the battery. Same as most things on the back end. Hot inch goes. Well, there we go. Ready to rock and roll. Well, that's quite handy to notice that the nail gun and my SDS, that no matter what you do, they don't stand up. But this is weighted in a way that it will stand up on the battery, which sounds like a small thing, but it's really quite a big thing when you're working in places and you need to stand your tools up. Quite often I put them down thinking they're standing up, turn around, bang, on the floor, big drop. So, right, we're going to be ventilating the area, so we're going to open those dirty windows. So we're doing a lot of sanding in here, and they're pretty dirty, so we're going to open them wide because it's pretty, going to get pretty dusty in here. Should have done this way before the floor was in here. Should have done this ages ago. But like always, just didn't get round to it, you know, being busy. Right, let's crack on. Like I said, I've never used a belt sander before. I'm going to get a straight edge in a minute. See, this floor isn't totally level. They're close, but not quite perfect. All I'm really aiming for is this to look flat underneath the flooring I've chosen a cushioned floor. Hopefully take a bit more impact. So I was going to go with laminate, but my dogs do find laminate quite slippery, and if I'm to drop a dumbbell or anything heavy, it's going to break it. So I've chosen a cushion flooring. Let's see what we can do. Try and get this raised here. I can feel it's raised across this ridge. That's quite smooth, and it's raised slightly here. But like I said, I'm by no means an expert at anything, so I'm just having a go. So I appreciate any comments. Hopefully after this, I want to be using this on my wooden flooring out there because it really needs refinishing. Adjustable handle here, press a button here, I'll show you this in a minute. Adjustable handle, it doesn't seem to be any speeds. Seems to be one speed, so let's have a go, see what happens. Like always, I'm clumsy as hell and I just crack on with it and see what happens. I think I'm going to get, there you go, let's come off straight away while that's happened. The way to make this tighter, this aligns it. Right, we're just out in the shed slash workshop. I'm just going to show you what I've worked out with a belt sander, and the belt sander is up here. Let's just work its way out. There we go, looking nice and dirty. I hate seeing my tools dirty, but that's just the way it is. Right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a battery in this. I'm going to show you what I learned about the tracking. Now there's the knob here that sorts the tracking out. Well, let's put a 2 amp hour in it. There we go, 2 amp hour battery. Now what I've noticed is that when I run this and I put pressure, oh don't worry, I'm not pressing the trigger, and I put pressure against the ground or surface that I'm sanding, the belt naturally seems to want to come off. So this knob here, don't say knob, adjusts the belt. So you can change by twisting this. I don't know if you can work, but see that going that way. Or if I turn it the other way, clockwise, it comes in line, comes inwards. So what I've learned is to slightly have this running on the inward side, because when you're putting pressure on the floor, it gradually wants to work its way out. So I'll show you it going. So if I'm sanding like that, I want this tracking in slightly. So, oh, there we go, tracking outward. Now you can see that that's gradually wearing its way off. Now if I turn it the other way, turn it off so you can hear me, you can now see that I've turned it and it's gradually wearing inwards. So when I place pressure on this and press down, it automatically goes that way slightly. So by having it towed in a very fraction, it then keeps it in the middle. I hope that makes sense. So, right, so let's put it back up on the shelf. Oh, let's take the battery out first. Let's put it back up on the shelf like poor old Woody.
It's getting there, it's sounding it, it's definitely taking it down. I'll crack on and come back when I've finished. There you go. There you go. Not much dust in the bag. Seems like most of the dust is on the floor. Apart from that, seems to be working okay. I think this is going to take me a while to do though.
Okay, it's time for Ryobi rant. Right, just a little thing to point out about the R18BS. Nothing to do with the belt sander itself. It's just one of those things. We've all had a coat where the zip's got caught and it's caught on the material on the back and it's just not opened and all sorts of problems. Just a generic zip problem, I think. Cheap zips. But on the dust bag, after one use, I tried to empty it. Let's show you. I could not no longer, no matter what I tried, the zip would no longer work. And then the tag fell off because I was trying to pull it. And it's jammed solid. So that's not very good. It's to do with this piece. The way it's put together, this inside piece is too long and or facing out. So there's not too much care taken into the design of that. So when you go to zip it up, the zip will catch on them, the teeth will catch on them, and it will get caught and it'll derail the zip. The company I bought it from, a company I've used before, they were really good. I phoned them up. They said no problem, they'll talk to Ryobi and they'll have me a new bag sent out. And within 2 days, I had a brand new bag come out to me. So just something to point out. Let's blow this up.
So that about wraps it up for a quick look at the R18BS, the Ryobi 18 volt 1 Plus belt sander. I've used it once and it's a great bit of kit. I'll do another video once I've used it a few more times and come back on it. Right, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and if you feel really generous you can donate to my Patreon at Ryobi UK on Patreon. Thank you very much and I'll see you in the next video.